So when you first get into blacksmithing, you're looking for a lot of random steel to play with and practice with. So you hear a lot about spark tests, trying to figure out the carbon content of some of these pieces of random steel that you find, or mystery steel as we call it. And it's not something you would make someone a knife out of, or anything that, you know, you're gonna sell to somebody. But it's good practice, and a spark test is something that you hear a lot about. So tonight we're gonna do, or I'm gonna do, a spark test, or a slow-mo spark video on 2 or 3 different metals. We're going to start with 1095, which is a very high carbon steel. We're going to go to a 1084, which is also a very high carbon steel. Then we're going to drop down to a mild steel and show you what those sparks look like. And then we're going to do a rebar, which is, rebar's, you know, here or there, it's all over the place. It could be whatever, and it could be different from this inch to that inch, or this section to that section. It could be different because it's made to reinforce concrete. It's not made to make knives out of. And then we'll do one on a railroad spike just for fun. You know what I was about to say. Anyways, so we'll get into that. We'll do a couple of slow-mo videos, and we'll compare them, and we'll talk about it. Now, all the steels I'm using tonight are in an annealed state, and I know that not because they came from the factory or the steel mill and it says they're in an annealed state. It's because I annealed them and normalized them myself. So know that these are in an annealed state, not a hardened state. And we'll go from there. Starting with 1095, it's the highest carbon we have. Now this is 1084, also very high carbon steel, and I use it a lot for This is 1018, your basic low carbon steel. random piece of rebar I just had laying around. And this is a random railroad spike. It's not marked as higher carbon, just a railroad spike. So in conclusion, there are definitely differences. You can tell by the brightness of the sparks, the difference in the sparklets, I would call them, the way it splits off and does things. There are definitely differences, but it's hard to tell. And it's really hard to tell if you're just looking at it while you're trying to grind it. And it's easy for us to say, oh, that's definitely a high carbon steel, and then make a knife out of it. What I'm trying to tell you is don't make knives or fire strikers or anything that requires a high carbon steel out of a steel that you're not sure about. But look at the video and judge for yourself, and let's talk about it, discuss. Oh, one more thing. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below. It really helps me out and lets me know whether I should continue spending time making these videos or if I just need to not do that. I like to make informative videos. I hope you guys like them. Like, subscribe, do the thing. Thank you.